event organizer, Joe Boyles. Joe, all I can say is, first off, man, as a midget fan myself, thank you for stepping to the front of this bunch, because I know there were several people that were talking about doing it, but you were kind of the guy that said, yeah, I'll do it. But the American Midget Series, really looking forward to you guys competing here around the Kansas City area.
Right, and we're excited to be doing it. We just needed some midget racing here in Kansas City. A couple of the series, one of the guys retired, and we didn't have any midget racing, so somebody needed to step up, and I guess I did. So, yeah, we're happy to be here, and look forward to putting on some good midget shows in Kansas City area.
Now, I know you're going to be more, shall we say, in the officiating, promoting end of it, but are you still going to be doing some driving also?
Well, that's really why I started this, so that I could get out and do a little bit of driving, and now I found myself being so busy I don't get to drive, and my son's going to drive the car some, so him and I, we're going to alternate and just kind of do it like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to get back in the seat. That's what it's all about for me.
Give us a little rundown of where we can go see the American Midget Series.
Right, we got a 5-track schedule right now. We've got 5 races here at Sweet Springs Motor Complex. It's just 45 minutes east of Blue Springs on 70, and we have a lot of fun here. And then we'll go to Springfield and run their Springfield Raceway, and then that's on a Saturday night, and the Friday prior we'll be at Dallas County Speedway in Urbana, and then we're, like you mentioned, we're going to be up at Atchison Raceway, and then I think we got a couple shows going down at Double X in California, Missouri, which that's a great place to run.
I was going to say, man, I got to go to that one, because I've seen the 360s run down there. I can't believe they even get around. We're not holding up your boy here, are we? I notice he's getting in the car, but pretty much as far, if somebody wanted to run this series, I know tonight somebody mentioned that tonight's kind of run what you brung. Is that what it's going to be every time?
Yeah, we're just keep it simple as possible. It's run what you brung. We don't have any engine rules or anything. It's got to be a full-size midget, no mini sprints. But yeah, and we should have a good car count. Tonight we fell a little short. They got a good midget show down at Wheatland tonight, and being our first night, we knew we'd be a little bit down on cars with some of them being down there, but give us a chance to get ourselves sorted out.
Also, tell me a little bit about what is the payout going to be on this, and have you come up with a title sponsor? I mean, if somebody wanted to contact you, give us a phone number on that too.
Right, that'd be great. We are presently seeking some title sponsors for nights of racing, and I got 2 or 3 people lined out, but I haven't actually got anything signed up with them just yet. But our purse here at Sweet Springs are a club track, and they were generous enough to give us a place to get ourselves assembled, and so our payouts a little bit shaky down here, but we come down here and run and have a good time. Not tear anything up is the key, but all of our other races at Atchison, Double X Speedway, Springfield is going to be a really nice payout. That's Summer Perry Memorial. Summer was a little girl that was a racer, and she was involved in an auto accident and got ejected from the car, but it's a memorial race for her, and there's some good money on that race. And so Sweet Springs here, as soon as we get things rolling, it'll all come around.
One thing I definitely want to get out is your phone number, or whichever phone number it is that you call, because if there are racers that are interested in getting in this series, because I don't want to say it's going to be a lesser series, but it's for local guys that maybe don't have top-notch equipment. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but guys that are wanting to do it for fun and get out there and race.
Right, exactly. You're exactly right. It's kind of a blue-collar racer kind of thing, hobby racer guys, and not to discount our cars. We got good cars and stuff, but laid-back atmosphere, come and have a good time and race, and that's what it's all about. And yeah, we just would love for anybody to come and race with us. If they got any questions, Joe Boyles at 816-215-7793.
I presume in the future there will be a website.
There is. It's AmericanMidgetSeries.com. We do have a website, and the schedule's on there, and we post all the information and stuff. So please get on the website and check it out. Again, it's AmericanMidgetSeries.com.
And if they have the capabilities yet, there might be a video on there. So you might want to get out there and check out the Cheeseworks. Come down here. Joe invited us down. And, Joe, I want to say thank you for doing that, for getting us involved in it, because, man, we love local racing. And, of course, midget racing, one of my favorites. Just to let everybody know, not short on talent in this. Joe, you finished in the Chili Bowl in the top 5 one year. What year was that?
I believe it was 99. We finished 4th, and then in 2006, we actually ran 6th with 300 cars. So, yeah, I had a couple nice finishes at the Chili Bowl.
This is one of the guys that can do it and probably will, because he's been running around here local, kind of, I don't want to say cleaning everybody's plow, but, I mean, you've had your share of wins. But, Joe, like I say, once again, let me thank you again for doing this, for everybody that's involved in it, racers, officials, everybody. Really looking forward to here later on. Small car count tonight, but I know we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, and thank you for coming, Mike. I appreciate you guys coming out, and everybody look on our website for Mike's link to the YouTube and watch some of our races.
Okay, folks, Joe Boyles, American Midget Series, Sweet Springs Motorplex. Once a month they're going to be down here, but check that website and you'll see where these guys are going to be running here pretty much right now around the state of Missouri, a little bit in Kansas. Joe, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
The other team owners here tonight, Rick Jackson, and he's got what we might call a pretty unique car in that it's one of the Scat V4s. And what this is, it is part of a Chevrolet 350 engine, and they take 4 cylinders out of the 8 and then you more or less make it into a motor, put some plating and stuff on it, I presume, but it comes out a 4-cylinder, fuel injected. But Rick, man, what a unique motor. How did you come by this motor, by the way?
Well, years ago, people used to make these engines on their own from scratch. They just took a regular V8 and cut it and made all the pieces. But in the early 90s, Scat started producing these. And at the time, I lived in California, and they give me one of the original prototypes to put in my car and run. And I've been running this engine since about 1991.
So, man, reliability on this thing is pretty high then if you've been running it. What's that, 11 years, I think?
I've blown it up and torn it up a lot of times in 11 years. So.
I was going to say my arithmetic's not that good. That's more like 20, isn't it? 91? Yeah, that'd be 20 years instead of 11. But these motors definitely have a unique sound all their own. You can pick them out, I think, in a field of cars very easily. How many horsepower are we getting out of this here little V4?
This engine puts out between 350 and 375. It's 193 inches. It's an odd fire engine, sort of like a Harley-Davidson. So that gives it the unique sound when it runs.
You know, I can hardly wait for these guys to get out on the track here later on. Just standing here looking at it, too. The radiator's about half the size of what a normal radiator, probably double core, I presume. That might be something else that we would know about midgets, just to keep these little motors cool, but yet have a surface like that is so small.
Yes, with the aluminum blocks and aluminum heads running on alcohol, the engine runs pretty cool. You don't need very much of a radiator at all.
I know you brought in a hired gun tonight. I think we kind of discussed that earlier. John Helm's going to be driving it tonight. A local sprint car driver, runs down the valley all the time, and I believe 360 sprint. I'm not sure on that. Could be a 410, but he races down there regularly, and he's going to be chauffeuring this thing tonight. I think you told me one time he drove for you before down at the Chili Bowl.
Yes, I was racing down there one year, and my driver called in drunk the last night, and John was good enough to step in and race it for me. So he has drove this car before. It's been about 6 or 7 years, though.
Well, all I can say, Rick, is, man, let's gas them up and get them out there, man. I don't know about you, but my racing fuels or whatever getting all fired up, man. I love watching the midgets. They're definitely a lot of fun. Once again, the American Midget Series coming out with their inaugural event here tonight at the complex here at Sweet Springs. A lot of good racing goes on here normally. I think you guys, if I remember right, are going to be running here close to once a month, something like that?
Yes, we're supposed to run the first Saturday of every month.
Okay, fans, you know about that. We've been waiting for some regular midget racing here in the Kansas City area, so it's going to be right here at the Sweet Springs Motorplex with the American Midget Series. Of course, Joe Boyle kind of at the helm of this deal, kind of getting it fired up. Don't have a big field of cars tonight, but we're really looking forward to what's going to happen out there on the track later on. Rick, appreciate you talking with us, guy.
Well, thanks a lot.
Caught up with Gabe Maycock, and Gabe, you're running the Rod End Supply Special, I guess we could call it here tonight. I don't know who the owner is, but anyway, you said you guys have had a couple opportunities to get out there, but things just didn't go right tonight. Might be it.
Yeah, we're hoping so. We just want to have a few laps here to see how things go. This is pretty much our first time in the midget, so it's a new deal for us. We're used to carrying a wing over top of our heads.
Running 360s, is that what you were doing, the 305s?
We did 305s and 360s, and then we used to run the mini sprints. Currently we're running for Bob Douglas in his Lightning sprint right now. So wherever we can get into, we'll race it.
Yeah. I know you've raced this track before, had an opportunity for a couple of hot lap sessions. What do you think? Are the midgets going to work here, I guess, is my main question.
Yeah, the midgets are going to work here. I mean, they ran these things here years ago, back when we used to run the mini sprints here. And it's a perfect place for a midget. It's going to be racy. We just got to get guys to come out here and do this, I got, total 100% belief that we're going to make it happen, though.
I was going to say, folks around Kansas City can't ask for any more. American Midget Series, Joe Boyle's putting it together, coming out here, getting a chance to run, having a regular midget show here in the Kansas City area. That's got to make you guys happy.
Yeah, we're just happy to have another place to race, and there's a lot of midgets out there that are sitting in garages and stuff like that, that guys need to get out, and, this is the series to go do that, just to go play and have fun.
Yeah. Once again, Gabe Maycock. Gabe, all I can say is go out there and have some fun, man. Really looking forward to watching these guys turn it loose.
Thank you very much. See you guys.
Time around for your midget cars. Gabe Maycock going down the back straightaway for the final time. Bringing home the checkered flag as Gabe Maycock. Townsend still working that number 1 spot. Riley Kreisel in the 93 in second. Chris Kye in the 14 car, moving up, moving fast into number 3. Go! That's a good restart right there. Chris Kye on the low side, Riley Kreisel on the high side, taking over that number 2 spot. Got his sights set on the car number 128 of Stephen Townsend. The 8L of Laney Fight moving right around the track with him. Stephen Townsend still holding on to that number 1 spot. Chris Kye hot on his heels in the car number 14. Everybody wanting to run the low side of the racetrack in your non-wing A main event. Laney Fight in 4th. Getting closer lap after lap is the 14 of Chris Kye. Chris on the low side, Stephen Townsend on the high side. Working hard lap after lap. Chris Kye moving into that number 1 spot side by side with Stephen Townsend. White flag in the air one more time around. Chris Kye still in that number 1 spot. What do you say? What do you know? One more time, your non-wing feature winner. It won't work down there, partner.
We shortened the laps tonight to try to that flag, so I'm glad to see that one done. Thank you all for coming out. For you all, we wouldn't be here. Have a good
folks. One more time, your non-wing feature winner. That's Chris Kye. Henry Carroll jumping out to that number 1 spot as they come down the straightaway on the front side one time. Vince Williams in the 4 in the number 2 spot. Jake Hightower in the car number 32H. Tony Martinez on the low side taking over that number 3 spot in the 20 car. Henry Carroll on the low side. Vince Williams going lower in the 4. A crossover move by the car number 4 of Vince Williams. Henry Carroll still right there side by side. Nick Racer watching all that action in that number 3 spot in the car number 99. Racer getting closer lap after lap, right up there on the tail end of the car number 4 of Vince Williams. Tony Martinez still up there in that number 4 spot, holding on. Out your field. That's the way we're going to go. 3 more laps. 3 laps remaining in your Sportsman A main event. Here they come. There they go. Nick Racer on the outside. Here we go. Lap number 23 in the book. It's going to be the white flag this time by White flag coming out this time by for Henry Carroll in the car number 18. Vince Williams in the 4. Nick Race in the 99. Tony Martinez in the 20. Who's it going to be? Henry Carroll! Back in the Lindsey Carroll special. Come on up here. Henry Carroll. Got to find out which one of these I got to talk in. Here we go.
Thank you for coming out.
Yes, it was.
All over me. I didn't know if I could stay there or not. We're really good at driving. Everybody's good in this class. And I want to thank everybody for being as good drivers as they are.
All righty, right there, folks. That's Henry Carroll bringing home the bacon in your sportsman event. Everybody got a spot picked out on the racetrack, and that's where they're running. One more time around for your midget cars. Gabe Maycock going down the back straightaway for the final time. Bringing home the checkered flag. It's Gabe Maycock. Richard Kreisel. Gabe Maycock in the car number 98, bringing home the checkered. Number 1, once again, that's the car number 98 of Gabe Maycock. Show for you. Gabe Maycock coming, bringing home the black and white. We call it checkered. Your winner. He can hear you now, race fans. Here, where are we at? He can hear you now, race fans. Let him hear you. Gabe Maycock. Come on up here, partner. I'm going to make you work harder. What do you got to say?
Oh, that was pretty awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did.
You want to thank anybody?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my family for coming out, and Jack Potter and Jerry Lieberger. Those guys came out and volunteered their time to help me out tonight. Couldn't have done without them. This is awesome. This is where we want to be.
All righty. Welcome to victory. This once again. I think we're going to let them stay racing this time. Dakota Earls in the 15E, leading lap number 1 with Braden Nipmeyer. Whoa, look here, we got a 4-car battle for that number 1 spot. Who's it going to be when they go down the back straightaway? Luke Howard trying to go where nowhere can be done. Everybody's still on 4 wheels. That's a good thing. Braden Nipmeyer scooting into that number 1 spot. But here comes Luke Howard, and there goes Kinsley Pontalion in the 00, bringing out the yellow. Luke Howard still moving fast and furious around this racetrack in the car number 2. One more lap to go for your junior sprinters. Holding on, holding a pretty wheel coming down the front straightaway. That is Luke Howard. Ben Brown. Braden Nipmeyer, where's he at? When he's running like that, he ain't worked hard enough, folks. Here he is, Mr. Luke Howard.
I would like to thank East Coast Racing. I would like to thank my sponsors, Chapter 1 Racing, Trading Session, Scotch Racing, Zed, and UPS Financial.
All right, you heard it right there, folks. That's your next NASCAR champion, right? Luke Howard. Yo! Kent Miller Jr. gonna lead lap number 1 in the books in the 60 car. Garrett Williamson in the 3 in the number 2 spot. The 1K of Kelby Watt in 3rd. Kent Miller Jr. in the 60 car, leading the race at this time. There you go. Garrett Williamson in the 3 car in the number 2 spot. The 1K of Kelby Watt in 3rd. The 98P of Miles Paulus. The 71 of Dustin Martin. The 71 of Destiny Fritz. And the 97 of Paige Howard. That's the way we're gonna go. Pick you a spot on the racetrack and let's get some laps completed. Still in that number 1 spot. Garrett Williamson holding on to the number 2 spot in the number 3. Oh, Destiny Fritz bringing out the yellow. Whoa down, whoa down, whoa down, stop. Destiny Fritz turned around going the wrong way, bringing out the yellow. Go for your junior sprinters. Holding a pretty wheel coming down the front straightaway. That is Luke Howard. Ben Brown. In the number 3 car, 1 more lap to go for your restrictor A main event. Paige Howard moving into the number 4 spot. G-Man takes a look on the low side. We're going to be side by side coming out of turn 4. Who's it going to be? Look here. What do you say about that one? Kent Miller Jr. led them all but the last 20 feet. And the G-Man, Garrett Williamson. Garrett Williamson, another first-time feature winner. Hey, look at him. He's already out of the car. Oh, yeah. Who's it going to be leading lap number 1? That's the car number 78 of Lindsey Howard. Dalton Parsons sliding to the outside in the car number 21P. Lap number 2 in the books, Dustin Marks in third. Zach Hampton in the 35 in fourth. Dustin Marks on the low side, scooting into that number 2 spot. Chris Wilson moving up lap after lap in the car number 28. 3 wide as they go down the back straightaway. Looks like we're going to pick us out a spot on the racetrack and we're going to go racing. Here we go. Alan Cunningham gets a little squirrely in the back in the 51. Lindsey Howard holding on. Dustin Marks moving up lap after lap in the 25M into that number 2 spot. Got his sights set on the 7/8 of Lindsey Howard. Jordan Howe moving into that number 3 spot. Zach Hampton in the 35 in fourth. Chris Rich in the 26 with an X, bringing out the yellow. Mike Martin in the 74. We're going flagging this time. Here we go. Jordan Howe scooting up on the outside, gonna take over 2 spots. Jordan Howe puts a bite on the outside, moving into that number 1 spot. Dustin Marks followed him right through the back in the car number 25M. Quinn Jones on the outside in the 17K car. Lindsey Howard moving back to that number 4 spot. Jordan Howe holding on to that number 1 spot in the car number 3. Dustin Marks on the low side, Jordan Howe on the high side. We got them racing side by side all over the racetrack. The 51 Alan Cunningham getting a little hot on the brake pedal. Dustin Marks moving through lap traffic. Jordan Howe still hot on the heels. Quinn Jones in third. I cannot hear you. 74, Mike Martin, Chris Rich in the 26, Tyler Key in the 33, and Zach Hampton in the 35. Here we go. Race fans, please stay away from the 5 laps remaining. Dustin Marks in the 25M, still in that number 1 spot. Jordan Howe holding on to that number 2 spot in the car number 3. Quinn Jones on the high side in the 17J car with the 21er Cameron Key in fourth. more time, baby. Come on. Bring it home, youngin. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. Watch it, watch it. There you go, there you are. Woo! He said he's not sure whether he's going to be able to get out of the car, race fans. He can hear you now. Let him hear you. Dustin March. Quite a show.
Thank you. I thank the fans, my girlfriend for videotaping me each time. Quentin Benson, Dwayne Benson, Austin Crane, Mike Crane, and Nathan Benson for the parts when I need them. Thanks everyone for coming out.
Racing, open class style. Here we go. Cole Campbell on the low side. Whoa, Willie Urich, look out. Cole Campbell going to lead us to the green light, the green flag this time. Send him off with a big how do you do, let's get her done. Cole Campbell moving out, moving on in the 22C car. Frank Galucci in the 12F. The 41K of Chris Cuff. The 41K of Chris Cobb moving up to that number 2 spot. That's Willie Urich in the 15U bringing out the yellow once again. Yellow light out, we're going to go green flag next time by the 82, Jared Clabundy, the 21, Terry Hink. 03, Shaley Bay to 01, Alan Shively, 87, Hartman, Rudy Reyes, and the 22 of Dave Pruitt. Here we go! Campbell still holding on to that number 1 spot. Frank Galucci in the 12F in the number 2 spot. Triska in the 41 in 3rd. Campbell still in that number 1 spot in the 22 car. Frank Galucci in the 12F in 2nd. Triska in 3rd in the 41. Jared Clabundy. Jared Club Bundy in the 82 and the 01 of Alan Shively getting tangled up over here in turn number 1. As we come out of turn number 4, here we go! Checkered flag. Halfway down, halfway to go to that checkered flag. Jumped out and taken off in that number 1 spot. Here we go. Frank Belushi in the 12F in the number 2 spot. Gonna bring them around slow once again. Here we go! Dylan Cadis up on the high side, taking a look at that number 2 spot in the car number 31. Nathan Benson also up on the high side, working the outside to perfection, moving up lap after lap. 5 laps remaining. He's found something up on the high side, folks. Can he make it to the finish? When they come out of turn number 4, Cole Campbell! He can hear you now, race fans. Welcome to Victory Lane, young man.
That was a great night of racing. Special thanks goes out to field reporter Mike Kraft and the crew. Have a great week. We'll see you next time on the Grassroots Racing Show, Night at the Track.
We'll check the field team race number 2. You're on. Devin Hammond's the D8. James Weavy is the 164. None of them have won the Hutchinson National title. In fact, you go through this field, wow, a lot of guys have contended for it, but a lot of these drivers seeking their first ever Hutchinson Grand National title. As track officials get the guys side by side, your leader to the bottom, second place outside, third inside, fourth outside, etc., etc. As your leaders making their way off at turn number 4. White flag coming out for Alan Pop out of Haven, Kansas. Final time into turn number 2, down that long back straightaway here at the Kansas State Fairgrounds. That's Darren Kane over here in turn number 2. He spins it. Will stay under green. Off of turn number 4. Adam Pop brings the field off of 4. Checkered flag. Haven, Kansas. Adam Pop. Doug Costello. Hammond.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we got 4 big features left. Please stand and rise. Let them hear you over these motors as they come off at turn number 4. Here comes your street stock. 15 lap A-Main.
Everybody makes it through turn numbers 1 and 2. Down that long back straightaway here at the Kansas State Fairgrounds, working lap number 1. We'll keep an eye on your leader, Randolph, out of Hutchinson to number 14. More smoke coming out of the back of the 14 as he goes into turn number 3. No, off of 4. He's got 4 laps to do it. Smoke some more. Here's your leader, Nolt, Reimer, Schrog, Moses. No, trying to limp one home down that back straightaway. He's into turn number 3, but here comes Jared Reimer. White flag. He's got to make it go a half a mile. No, Reimer now right there, back off of turn number 2, final time down the back straightaway. Reynolds into turn number 3. Here comes Jared Reimer. He's catching right up on the backside of Nolt. Can't get it done. Checkered flag. It'll be Reynolds.
I was standing in turn 1 on lap 6 and I saw something fly off the rear end. Let's talk about that rear end because it was shaking quite a bit. What was the ride like?
Well, it was hairy. It was starting to go sideways all the way down the front straightaway, back straightaway. I thought I was toast, but I just said, heck with it, I'm going to keep going. I just got to thank the Lord Jesus, my wife. I want to ask everybody to pray for my brother. He's been in intensive care for the last month. And I just appreciate it, everyone give him some prayers, and thanks to the ones that have been, and this is awesome. Thanks.
I'll tell you what, how does it feel to become a champion again here at the Nationals? I know this is kind of home to you, and you always come here every year and you put on a great show for fans.
Well, we have run good in the past here, but I've been kind of bombing out the last 2 or 3 years, but I thought I was going to do it again when the car broke on me, but it held in there. I don't know how.
Well, I'm sure your brother would be proud of you. Dedicate this to him. He's a champion as well. Congratulations on being the champion of the street stock division.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Randolph, ladies and gentlemen.